Welcome language learners from all around the globe to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called New Technology. On this day, 27th of September 1960, something very important happened in London. At the Bank Underground station, they introduced something that changed how people travelled in the city's underground system. It was called a moving pavement, and it was the first one in Europe. It was a big step forward in how people got around the city. To understand why this was such a big deal, we need to know a little about what was happening at that time. You see, by the middle of the 20th century, the London Underground was a vital part of the city. Lots of people used it every day to get to work, school, or other places. But there were problems. Too many people were in the stations at the same time, and it needed to become better and more efficient. The clever folks at the Bank Underground station came up with a solution. They wanted to make it easier for everyone to move around the station, so they invented the moving pavement. It was basically a conveyor belt in the station's walkways. It had moving belts that carried people at a steady speed, with special sensors that made sure it was safe to get on and off. This new moving pavement changed a lot of things for commuters. It made travel faster because you could get around the station more quickly, especially during busy times. People who had trouble walking, like those with disabilities or parents with pushchairs, found it easier to use the underground. The station wasn't as crowded because the moving pavement meant people spent less time walking around. And the station also looked more modern with this new addition. The success of Europe's first moving pavement inspired other underground stations to think about doing the same thing. As London's underground system grew and changed, these moving pavements became a symbol of the city's commitment to making transportation efficient, accessible, and up to date. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more! If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.